All right, and good morning, everybody. SpenVentures here. We are in Jacksonville, Florida today. We are at the Mosh Museum, which is the Museum of Science and History. And I'm going to show you, we got the ceiling here. Of course, the satellite dish with the projector onto the screen. And also the big whale, a giant whale. This is the beluga whale, not a beluga whale, this is just a whale. And the Museum of Mosh is a very interactive exhibit. As you can see, from the bones of the pilot whale, this is a pilot whale. You can see above it, this is the skeletal form of a pilot whale, and the pilot whales are definitely found in the deep Atlantic Ocean. This is a manatee skeleton. Old manatees, you got some in Bradenton, Florida, of course, south, about 4 hours from here. And, of course, the skeletal of a humpback whale is on the ground here with looks like a beach scene. And then, of course, you have the hand over each button to see where the moon found during the cool. These are the scientists, biological scientists in.
Let me show you the satellite tags that you're putting on these white sharks. This is a spot satellite tag. Those are the things like this. The shark comes to the surface, and the connection, the circle, right? The circle, this copper circle here, this copper circle here. Then the satellite wakes up, the satellite tag wakes up, sends a signal to the overhead Argo satellite system, and that's what becomes the things, the little circles that you see on the shark track. So watch these tags work. This is what O-Search is all about.
O-Search. Of course, you can see the dolphin here. A lot of energy. This is the energy from the dolphin. Their voices. This is the whale. Their voices. This is the humpback. That voice? That's the voice of a humpback whale. Sperm whale. This is the sperm whale voice. Bottlenose dolphin. Let's listen to their voice. Well, maybe not. Okay, it's not working. How about a manatee? Okay. Manatee. And a child. Oops, I went too far over. Okay, this child's not working. But we do have some encounters. and some sea creatures inside of the. Here, this is invertebrate encounters, and I guess they have a little showing, but I think it's extra. You have to pay for it, so we didn't do that one today. However, I did.
7,700 baby sea turtles made it out of their nests.
What's a sea turtle?
Maybe, just maybe, 15 of those will become magnificent adults.
Reptiles.
Maybe even this one.
Cold-blooded vertebrae, which means they have a backbone with scaly skin. Look. But a sea turtle does not have teeth. Does not have teeth. Its jaw is a modified beak, like a bird. There are no visible ears, but sea turtles do have eardrums covered by skin. They have good vision underwater, but do not see well out of water.
By instinct not fully understood by scientists, Pip swims toward her movement like many modes of shooting in the Sargasso Sea. The Sargasso Sea provides important cover for predators.
See, and the sea turtles hide underneath the seaweed to avoid themselves from predators, which is animals that would eat the sea turtle. This is the sea turtle's shells, different type of shells. Green sea turtles. You can see they are very, very large. That's bigger than my body right here. This is very large. A hawksbill sea turtle. Of course, you can see it's fairly large. Sea turtles are very large creatures that live in the sea. And so here, interactive exhibits up there. See that dinosaur swaying its tail. We'll go up there, but first we need to look at, now we are in the dinosaur exhibit with the Allosaurus. This is a life-size replica of an Allosaurus, dinosaur species that lived 150 years ago, time known as Jurassic period. Hello, Jurassic Park. The Allosaurus was a carnivore, which means they eat meat, like chicken, steak, and mammals that may have preyed on large herbivores, which are plant eaters. They eat plants. A paleontological research also indicates two other traits of this dinosaur species. It hunts in packs and cared for its young. So this is the Allosaurus dinosaur defined. The definition of a dinosaur, it came from the ancient Greek word dinos, fearfully great, and sauros, lizard, a fearfully great lizard. The name was invented in 1842 by paleontologist Richard Owen, who knew dinosaurs were not lizards, but thought they may have derived from them. A dinosaur is a group of terrestrial reptiles that first appeared in the late Jurassic period, about 230 million years ago. Although the prehistoric reptiles vary greatly, they share many of the same characteristics. For example, all dinosaurs have jaw muscles that extend onto the roof of the skull, a large muscle ridge on the humerus, which is the upper arm bone. There we go. Like my upper arm right here, that is the muscle, large ridge muscle of the dinosaur. Keep going. It was well-developed processes at the hip, knee, and ankle. So as it walks, it's using that muscle to keep traction on their feet and their hooves. And that helps them gain a lot of ground. And some of them helps them run really fast. Let's keep going. The meanest water lane in the world, our St. John River. St. John River is The St. Johns River is the river that runs right through Jacksonville, downtown. As you can see here are some pictures of Jacksonville in downtown area.
Is it over here? Okay. William, this way. Oh, nobody wants to.
You can see. All right, we're about to go on the power play. Lightning on the power play now this is really cool because this is how wind and the turbine, the big pinwheels that you see out in the city, this is how they go. So let's see about wind energy. This is a quiz. Press the button to learn more about, well, let's start with wind turbines. Whoops. Old windmills were used as harness to power wind power for grinding crops and pumping water. Today, modern wind turbines built based on concept of old windmills can power approximately 600 homes. 600 homes, that's a lot of homes. And it's the cleanest form of energy. It uses the cleanest form of energy. That's why there are no wind facilities in Jacksonville due to the area's weak wind potential. I agree, actually, because Jacksonville holds a lot of the more buildings and construction sites. It's more of a metropolitan, which means city, instead of a rural area, which is like farms, prairies, and fields. That's a venture. So that's why they don't use wind turbines in Jacksonville, because of its metropolitan city. And now we look on forward to this one here. See here, it says welcome touch tidal power. This is tidal power. Yeah, definitely sample. A light switch. Turn it on. Oh no, a lamp. Okay. Okay, the lamp plugs into the outlet. I have no idea how you do this. Okay, let's try it. Water goes into the boiler. Nope. Okay, water goes into the turbine, which is the generator, and it powers the electricity. A winner! I got it. You now control the power plant. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we talked about it. Exactly, somewhere.
I got it. Okay, it's like right in the middle. So there's controlling the power plant. To the city. Let's power up the city of Jacksonville. That's how that works. So now let's do the orange. This is easy. That's just an example. You take the lamp and it plugs into the outlet. Plug into the outlet, and then that turns on the light switch. And that powers up, makes energy, what's called energy. And now we have to put in the turn. Great. Okay, wood pellets to the turbine. Yeah, into the boiler. That makes sense. So wood pellets go into the boiler, which is a very hot oven. into the generator. And that powers up, creates energy. Now let's try slowly increase the power. And a lot of bio. Okay, there. I have a lot more bio. A lot more bio than you have for the other power plants. So you got orange and blue. Alright, so now we're going to head on over to this area. A short history of energy. So in 2007, this wind turbine used enough electricity on average to power the equivalent of over 2.5 million homes alone. Just for one wind turbine. And then we go into Christmas lights. A set of Edison Christmas lights were first used in Jacksonville. That's cool. Of course, that's what goes on here. Alright, let's see if we can get what electric currents. Energy generator. Let's see if we can power up a clock. Let's see if we can power up a tablet. And power up a PlayStation 2. I powered up the phone. I powered up the PS2. I got it all the way up to 30 watts. That's pretty good. So we learned what a watt is. A watt is a measurement of electrical power. Volts times amps equals watts. 1 kilowatt equals 1,000 watts. Math again.
Ben Franklin, remember he got his electricity?
That's right. And what is a volt? A volt is a unit of electric pressure, or size and force that pushes electrons through the circuit.
What is a watt? Here, turn to make power. Come over here.
That
Turn it and then make power. You turn the wrong way, honey. Turn the other way. This way.
is an amp.
See if you can make power. Are you making any power? Wow. You supposed to light something up?
It's supposed to light up the 4. I got it all the way up to 30.
You
That's
do
what.
see it light up?
Yes, it does
Okay,
light
just
up.
gotta keep turning.
Yeah.
Turn. Oh, there went the 4. There's
There.
the 4.
All right.
There's
All
the
right.
5 watts.
Oh, we almost had it. Measures the flow of electrons per second. That is an amp. All right. So we got through that part of the first floor. So now we can actually go into the little exhibit here. Our owls are sensitive. Please use whisper voice. Hot here. Right. Doesn't see any animals in here. Oh, there's the southern toad. See him right there. Turtle there. I've been looking right at me. Of course, the bearded dragon, my boss at work has a pet bearded dragon. And, I mean, mostly they survive longer in the wild, but they have a bearded dragon. She has a bearded dragon as a pet. Kind of interesting. Oh, the indigo snake. This is creepy. But the indigo snake, I think he's sleeping. It's 8 feet. Habitat is upland pine scrubs, gopher tortoise burrows, range southeastern Georgia and Florida. It likes to eat toads, frogs, and rodents. Conservation status threatened. It's been haunted to near extinction for its soft, dark blue skin. Also taken as a pet because of its impressive size, longest snake in North America, and docile temperament. Protected, the species is slowly starting to recover, mostly often found cohabiting with some 300 other species in gopher tortoise burrows. But I don't see it saying being poisonous. Its eyes are its turtle is. It's a big turtle. This is the gopher tortoise. Not even a turtle, this is a tortoise. It's one of the oldest of the bunch. Tortoises can live a very long time climbing through the tree here. Now we got the bullhead, spotted bullhead. It kind of looks like a catfish, but it's not. This is a spotted bullhead. There's that. Move on. Let's move on to some of the birds. The great horned owl. Where are they? Oh, that was it. Where is he? Ooh. Oh, that's creepy. But there he is. See him peeking around them. Look at the eyes. Say cheese. Alright, this is the eastern screech owl. And it's wooded areas, river valleys, and city parks. So we can live in the city. And let's see our of course, you got the city pigeon. It's the city pigeon. Why is he looking at me? He's right here. And very big. There's the owl. He's like hiding behind the sign. There he is. The horned owl. That's bird. It's called a bird. This is birds of prey here. Owls can also turn their head almost a full 360 degrees. Oh man. Got the pigeon here. Look at all the pigeons. I'll move out of the way. Alright, so we just saw the owl. Eyes are so big. No, we can press on. We had to be quiet in there because the owls are very sensitive to sound and it would upset the owl. We don't want it upset. So, but now we can go upstairs and see level 2. Alright, Expedition Dinosaur. My nephew would like this. Emmett, he's obsessed with dinosaurs. He knows every name, every type of dinosaur, what they eat, and how they live. But now we are in the dinosaur exhibit. There we go. With what is that? Though definitely not for running down their prey. Their powerful proportioned sharp claws and large canines may enabled them to overpower smaller animals in a surprise attack. This is a Dakota Raptor. A Dakota Raptor. It looks like it's a type of bird. But the Dakota Raptor, reproduced by laying eggs, has feathers on its body, most more likely on the thorax and abdomen, and almost certainly on the arms. So far, the only one specimen has been found. Even though it couldn't fly, it has both speed and agility on the ground. So it could run very fast and long distances, just like the dinosaur. On the picture. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. So even the kids can draw their own dinosaur, and it can appear on this screen as it walks along the island. Now this is a cephalosaurus. I'm sure of what their dome skulls were really used for. Pachycephalosaurus, like Cephalosaurus, may have butted heads like bighorn sheep, or use their thick bone heads for other types of combat, as in fighting, such as flank butting. The head domes may even be used for only intimidation. So, it might have only just been to cause a threat to other predators and prey. Predators to scare them away. The Trestodon was the largest carnivorous animal of its day, possibly weighing up to 150 pounds, similar to the weight of a gray wolf. Fossils of the Trestodon are very rare, and skeleton is incompletely known. However, what is preserved suggests that it was an extremely powerful but slow-running animal. It was probably an ambush predator that would lie in the way and pounce on its prey for cover. Had an extremely powerful bite, strong enough to crush the bones of its prey. Perhaps strangest of all, Trestodon was probably more closely related to hoofed mammals than to modern carnivores. What exploded?
It would be changed forever. The continuity of the Earth broken.
Look at this!
As the asteroid hits the shallow ocean and the bedrock below, the energy of billions of nuclear weapons is released all at once as the asteroid vaporizes. A flash of light illuminates the sky as a baby bright white sphere grows over the Gulf of Mexico. Bedrock melts into seething plasma like tens of thousands of
Trestodon. Triceratops. Ah, the Triceratops. Let's see. A bull lizard. Living in a terrestrial environment, the Torosaurus probably moved in herds. Some researchers think that the Triceratops is a young Torosaurus, and differences are due to the way the skull changed as the animals matured. Others believe they are distinct animals. Wow. So the Triceratops is moving its head. Animatronic. This is amazing. the Quetzalcoatl. It's a Mexican feathered god. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with. It was named after the god in Central American mythology associated with wind and air, and was often depicted like a flying feathered serpent. Unlike the figure it was named after, it probably had a feather-like covering that might have looked like hair. Now, why are you saying no? I'm reading what's on the book. I'm reading what's on the board. Lobus, the largest member of the Multituberculus, a group of primitive but very successful mammals. The Lobus. See some more animals. The Ankylosaurus. This is the Ankylosaurus. Bony armor on its back, almost bite-proof like skin on the alligator like a skin on an alligator or armadillo. A rather slow-moving animal. Studies suggest that these creatures could only move slightly faster than a turtle on land. Wow, so they're slow, but very, very dangerous. I wouldn't want to run into that. And of course, you have the famous Tyrannosaurus Rex. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was also adept to finding its prey thanks to keen sense of smell. This giant animal had senses in its head that helped its brain stay cool. Similar to those found in alligators, a T-Rex's life expectancy was only about 30 years. Wow, that's not long at all. From prehistoric times to the space modules. Welcome to outer space. Where do we start? This is the old telescope here, though. Alexander Brest Planetarium opened on October 22nd. A new space theater located on the second floor. This space theater features a 60-foot dome, seating for 200 in the planetarium. 7 billion stars at once. Upon installation at Mosh in 1988, the Space Master was the first and only projector of its kind in the United States. Space Master remained in service for 22 years before being decommissioned on August 23rd, 2010. A whiff of smoke. That's just astronauts in space at work, working on what's called a module. It's a type of space equipment. Look at it. Working on this. Look at this. This is what astronauts do in space. Is they work on what's called a satellite. A satellite is something that's in space that gives us a lot of things. They go on what's called a mission. Now, a mission is like a project. They're doing projects in space. Like we do projects at school, and we work with our hands. That's exactly what the astronauts are doing in space. They're working with their hands and helping fix the broken things that are in space. Kind of cool. So, let's move on to our next floor. After we that all the Apollo 11, of course, is a very popular attraction here. The Eagle has landed. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. That's what Neil Armstrong said when he landed on the moon for the first time ever. And they planted the U.S. flag on the moon. That was the mission for the Apollo 11 space launch, was the moon, reaching for the moon. This just goes how they got there in this Apollo 11 spacecraft, when the people, crew members, and when they landed on the moon, they jumped and stood up and cheered, playing music, everything. It was a big old celebration because it has never been attempted until on that day when those three men succeeded in the Apollo 11 mission on July 16th of 1969. All right. Let's go up to level number. Now this is my kind of museum, the history of the city of Jacksonville. Let's see how it all got started, shall we? Looks like they got the Mayan Indians. So they started here. Florida's first people arrived on the peninsula on 10,000 BC. They came from Siberia during the Great Ice Age. Migrated southward. They were hunter-gatherers, used tools of stone, bones, and wood for hunting, preparing food and making clothes. The environment was very different. Well, probably was. Long prairie. I'm just going to kind of go through, see some of these. This is kind of what they discovered, built. They built things from bones from animals. This right here was an old hut used for housing by the Mayans. It was a dip mound excavation into the St. John's culture. Now we move into the Spanish Indian War, going to be taking place slowly. They drove out the French out of Florida. This was Pedro Menendez. They just hanged the people we found in it because they had built it without the Majesty's permission and because they were scattering the odious Lutheran doctrine. Oh no. So they went on in 1565 in September. French and Spanish soldiers fought for control of Florida. Jean Rabout arrived at the Fort de la Caroline with reinforcements and decided to attack Menendez in St. Augustine, leaving René de Vladimir at Fort de la Caroline with few troops. Rabault sailed toward the Spanish fortification. However, the violent storm blew the French off course and their ships wrecked south of St. Augustine. So, Catholicism was the official religion of Spanish Empire. Priests in Mass daily at the parish church, ministered to the sick in town hospital, served as chaplains at the Castillo de San Marcos, and educated the children of wealthy Spanish families. Religious feast days were times of great excitement. Parades, led by the clergy, began at the parish church and made their way through the streets of the town. Of course, they had baptism records and death records. All right. move onward here. And in St. Augustine. A little bit of St. Augustine. Of course, St. Augustine is the oldest city in the state of Florida by its American history. I just want to tell you. Now, these are all resources that they used back in the early settlers in Florida. Double oxen yoke. An old house. Old cabin, I should say. This old cabin with the textile wheel to use to make clothing. And this is kind of what they ate. That's dessert. It's like I don't know if it's apple pie, but of course you got fish and raw oysters. Of course. Now moving into the into the industrial part of the way. Of course you got the railroad here. Town by 1859. The first steam sawmill and brick kiln in 1829 hastened the end of Jacksonville's log cabin era. Introduction of steamships in the 1830s allowed for transportation of people and goods to come and go from the central part of Florida by the way of St. John River. On the eve of the Civil War, the first railroads traveled into Jacksonville. Then in 1845, Florida entered the Union. The bill for admission of the state of Florida into the Union has passed Congress. The day of trial has come. The people will soon feel the full benefits arising from the change and from the visits of tax collector. The die is cast, and all who have opposed the state government must submit. And we got Hillsborough County, which is where I live, in Tampa. We got Mosquito County, which now is Orange County. We got St. Johns County, Alachua County, Jackson County. But now we head into the market. City Hall and the market. Full steam ahead. All the rail yards here. However, unfortunately, there was the dreaded yellow fever epidemic, which took the lives of a lot of people. I love this. Railroads reflect the expanding nation. They expanded throughout the United States with the first transcontinental railway completed in 1869. The South was also the scene of rapid railway growth. Northeast Florida was in an excellent position to benefit because of its location for both commerce and tourism. Jacksonville joins an elite club. National NFL arrives. In 1993, the NFL, multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States, most popular professional sport, announced that the Jacksonville Jaguars would be awarded one of two franchises at expansion to the league. Whether or not one is a fan of American football, it is undeniable that the arrival of the Jacksonville Jaguars catapulted the bold city to a new status. There are only 32 NFL franchises in the NFL, with several cities home to multiple teams. Jacksonville is only one of 30 cities in the country with a team. The Jaguars were the 30th team in the league at the time and had been beaten out of St. Louis, Baltimore, and Memphis in a 26-2 vote among the existing NFL team owners. Wow, you know? And this is how the dinosaurs died. North America 66 million years ago looked different. It looked different in the reign of dinosaurs. The reign of dinosaurs, shallow seas invaded the far inland, and tropical or subtropical climate warmed the landscape. Dinosaurs dominated, keeping mammals small and mostly active at night to avoid being prey. Then, it created... Oh look, it's a puzzle. You have to line it up. Let's see. See, and this is where the warm air and cold air collided, creating a big circle. And this is when it triggered an extinction event. A comet or asteroid possibly flung towards Earth by Jupiter's strong gravity. Its impact into a tropical shallow sea will create large magnets, devastating boom. And intense firestorms and earthquakes, may even immense volcanic eruptions. Debris kicked up by the impact will even block the sun for a long time, causing a total collapse of the ecosystem, wiping out about 75% of all species, including most of the ocean's plankton. On land, all dinosaurs go extinct except for the ancestor of modern birds. In fact, just about the only animals to survive were small and could shelter in ponds or burrows. A thin band of clay marking the cave-pinching boundary is found worldwide in sediments that preserve the events. See, it hit the earth. There it is.
Down 2 levels down to the first floor.
The asteroid comet struck 66 million years ago, responsible for the downfall of the dinosaurs and other living creatures. The impact blasted sulfur particles into the air and played havoc with the climate for many years. Kaboom. All system go. Watch the sequence and repeat it. It's a skeleton. No, that's not. No. That's thinking biology. That's right. Oh, jeez, I don't know what this is. All right. All right. Anterior forearm, the biceps, and the deltoid. Okay. From the main menu. Oh, there's only 2 levels. Ooh, snake. You want to try this one? This one works. How's this one? Oh, this one doesn't work. Here's my body. This is how we move around. I'm waving 2-1. In the future of medicine. Alright, so thank you all for joining me here at Bosch, the Museum of Science and History, here in Jacksonville. What an awesome museum. 3 full levels of interactive experiences, walking through the different exhibits and just experiencing some of the life of early Florida settlers and what they did and how they survived. Also, taking a look at some of the scientific things with energy and the wind turbines, and learning how they work and producing energy to the city of Jacksonville with some of the products used in interactive experiences. I highly suggest you guys come out to Jacksonville and check out this museum, because it is one of the best. It is the best museum in Jacksonville, guaranteed, here in downtown. But for right now, we're heading back towards the car. We're gonna go see if we can go along the river walk. I'm gonna go probably park my car somewhere, and we're gonna just walk downtown for a little bit and take some pictures. And then we're gonna go by TIAA Stadium, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, to take some more pictures, and then we'll see if another museum pops up around. But thank you all for joining me here, and we'll see you on this SpenVenture in Jacksonville.